what you're doing. Because I did a mic check earlier and I thought Frank wanted one, but said no, and I said okay. forget about. Oh, I bought you a square.
If I see Jake, he'll be happy that you bought that because he's one of the assistant captains that helped design that.
Oh, did he? Yep.
When they were showing all those initial vanilla jerseys,
Yes.
he's like, no, we're not doing that. We're doing this.
This is cool. Got the start, got the boomer. I like that. I can't come up with it. That's cool. I like that. Small. That should fit it.
What's going on, everybody? Jonah here with you. It is going to be game number 16 for both of these teams. The Muskegon Voyagers the other night played the Kalkaska Kings into a 6-5 heroic game. The Kings want to come back and get a victory this time around. This is the only meeting that they're going to have at Lakeland Arena here in Waterford. Joining here with you alongside the Go Live Sportscast in the red rink, the Kalkaska Kings still top of the MIHL North at 11-4. The Waterford Sharks coming off of a big victory at the Frozen Fish fiasco. Last I saw it was 10-0. I didn't see what the final score was, but the Sharks did win that game. They are 12-2-1. The Shadow won their game yesterday. So that means after this back-to-back for the Sharks on the Saturday and Sunday has concluded, both teams will have 16 games played. So if the Sharks can win today and get 2 regulation points, they will be 3 points ahead in the standings. And that would kind of change some things for next week when they end up playing against the Michigan Shadow. That could potentially be a battle for first place at that time, unless the Sharks take care of business today. Either way, you want to get the points when you can, and this is a primetime matchup. Depending on how Scott Brand and the Board of Governors do the playoff sequencing, we imagine it's going to be MIHL North versus South, kind of like it would be in the NHL between the East and West. This could potentially be a preview for the Bill Long Memorial Cup. Now, I want to say this honestly. Hopefully, I can keep everything together on the mic. I'm still going in the process of a vertigo spout over the last from, Thursday now to this Sunday. So it's going to be my Jordan flu game right now, and I hope to be able to keep everything together, and then by next week on Saturday against the Shadow at 8:30, I will be back to 100%. So mind me if I start saying some random words like lima beans. We're going to pause here for the anthems, and then we'll go into the lineup.
Welcome to Lakeland Ice Rink, home of the Waterford Sharks. Tonight's contest is against the visiting Kalkaska Kings. For tonight's starting lineups for the Kings, number 8, Vincent Dean. Number 88, David Fokker. Number 48, Mark Thompson. On defense, number 55, Nick Brewer. Number 24, 71, Spencer Bowman. Number 20, Jake Holder. Number 6, Theo Goody. Number 5, Nick Papandrea. And in net number 49, Ian Morton. May you please rise with your hats for the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
So as we get into the puck drop here, let me give you the starters for the Kings all the way across the board. So Tyler, Simon, Vincent, Dean, Hayden Lance, Jake Steggles, Cam Hofstetter, the captaincy, Logan Whiteford, Greg Muser, Sean Sharipa, and David Thacker. Again, on his games played, I'll be a couple from off of my previous sheet, but he had 4 games played, 20 points, 5 goals, 15 assists for number 88. So look out for him for the Kings. On defense, Grant Lefebvre, Gavin Duffing, Brock Taylor, Mark Thompson, Nick Brewer, Jake Booza, Zach Schwartz, and the coach, Cam Fisher. Everett Bailey going to get the start in net today for the Kings. For the Sharks, no Cole Helgamo today, but you got Aaron Shaheen in the lineup, number 3. Isaac Gibbs, Zach Molkowski, Churwalk, Hill, Carlisle, Sharp, Keppel. Michael Redmond's going to wear 76 today. Polosha and McComas will be out there on the forward end as the first one goes up and on off of a stick. Picked up by the Sharks on the left-hand side. They're going to be going left to right. We got Donaldson, Papandrea, Goody, Martin, Prober, Holden, Bowman, and then Ian Morton going to get the start today. Jacob Gillen will back him up. Papandrea, again, I want to make this note. The last time out, we saw him injured in the third period. He is back in the lineup today as Papandrea tries to help get the steal. And they'll be settled back around the end boards and flip down the ice. I'm going to try to get as many call-outs as I can for the Kings, and disproportionately with the vertigo stuff, we can't look down as much, so we're going to do the best we can here. And I don't want to give any blatant disrespect to the Kings. We'll get the lineup calls when we can. Spencer Bowman will fire this one in. That's where Bailey was, near the left side post. Again, those jerseys are very clean. This is the second version alongside of the Battlers from a couple of years ago with a completely different staff around it. And they've looked very good throughout the year. So this should be a very interesting matchup. Potential breakout was read by George Holt. And now here comes the clapper for Churwalk. And this is in the glove of Bailey. And we get a stoppage at 18:46. So again, look out for number 88, David Thacker. And then you got Sean Sharipa, 63, and the captaincy, Cam Hofstetter. Hofstetter and Sharipa were initially here a couple of years ago in the MIHL as the Battlers. So a lot of veteran leadership on this team. They're good all the way across the board. As this is flipped and across the glass, it's unfortunate. It's the only time we get a chance to see this team in the regular season. But as I said in the open briefly, who knows when you get to the terms of the finals, as this one's flipped back from Bailey. And then I think we're going to get an offside call nonetheless. Nick Martin was the last to touch. This is a neutral zone draw. One now by the Sharks. Again, they're going to go right to left. They are in their helmet black in the midst of the orange and white stripes. The Kalkaska Kings will be in the black pants with the green and white. Again, the green and white reminds you of what just happened. This is my jab, and sorry for Spartans fans, but as far as Dusty May getting that win over the Michigan State Spartans, that felt pretty good, unless you're a house divided. This is now flipped in toward the left side of the boards. Long outstretched pass will be a pull ball bank. And go right to the Sharks. We can go right to left. This is intercepted in the middle of the slot, and the slap shot goes wide. Almost a reverse hip check. Sharks now try to get puck possession, and this will be gathered back down. Hill with a nice reverse, as the Sharks can start on their own end from right to left. Get oriented here. It'll be a change for Cam Fisher's squad. I think he's on the ice today. That is a really good move there for the Sharks. Alongside Redmond, wrapping in behind the end boards. Good physicality in behind the net. A couple players. Hunter Keppel gets taken down in from behind the net. This is a feed here for the Sharks. It was partially touched by Polsha and then kept on the left side. Polsha trying to cut toward the middle. That was canceled off into the left post. You got Bailey swimming in the goal crease right now as the Sharks are working it behind the Kings' end. About 17-10 left in the first. Polsha cutting toward the net. This was Keppel, but it gets knocked away from him and then chipped off the glass into the players' benches. It'll stay where it is right at 17 minutes. Glad you could join us here. Again, it is the first of 3 consecutive for the Sharks here on home ice. You got the Kings today and this matinee on Sunday, and then I think it's 8:30 Eastern Saturday against the Shadow in the potential battle for first place. And then the Muskegon Voyagers the following week at 5:30, who have been hot. They're starting their 5-game homestand with wins over the Shadow, Sharks, and Kings last night, trying to work their way back in the MIHL South. So it'll be an ozone draw near the right dot. This is one back by Hill. Kept on the outside of the Sharks now, as Redmond was one that sent it across the ripper, and that one might have kissed the post from Carlisle. That was a heat seeker of a wrister. Carlisle now, as this is near the left side red line. Good to see Carlisle back in the lineup. That last home game he was not drawn into it, although the Sharks did win. So Thacker is the one in the box for the delay game. Again, he does have a brother, I also believe, that plays on the Sharks. I think this is David in the lineup today, but he's sitting in the box for what he hopes is 2. As there's contact near the left boards, down to a knee. Sharks partially block it, get this one across and through center ice. Donaldson now trying to skate up. Somebody lost their lumber. That's one of the Kings, as this one's cleared down to Morton. It's going to be a big start here for Ian Morton against a team like this, but we know that he's game for it. Outstretched pass, recollected now for the Sharks, as this is rimmed around the end boards from Theo Goody. Papandrea try to hold the line. This will be put in through neutral zone and back to Theo, as Polsha will do an end around. Drop from Theo Goody off the blade of Papandrea. Start again near the right side dot. Sharks look to get acclimated. Not really getting a lot of shots on this power play. Just the one that I can recall. There's Papandrea now. And the back skate near the left side blue line, pinched in. Here's a chance toward the net. The Sharks try to go for a dangle, but this is near the left side red line. Papandrea will take this one D to D now. Sharks kept on the outside. 15 seconds left to go on the power play, and they don't look like they're going to get anything going here. By the time this goes back up the ice, it's going to be go time. Papandrea now. 5 seconds left to go on the power play. Takes a sharp angle shot. So Thacker's going to get set really to have that door essentially open to be able to cross right at the 15:02 mark. Hopefully everybody's okay down there. As far as the Kalkaska Kings, we saw Mark Thompson exit in amongst the door. This will be won by the Sharks. Holt fires it on,
Kalkaska with
and this will be
Bell
saved.
strike.
The face-off here for Zach Milkowski as this go back in amongst the inboards. Down to the Sharks and intercepted across the right side. Long shot will be held again in the trapper by Bailey. Maybe just a little bit of equipment there for Thompson. He works his way back in from the players' door back into the bench, so no problem there for number 48 on the Kings. Another O-zone draw to the right side. Milkowski going to get set to take it again. This one drawn back to the Kings. Again, we're still scoreless, but 6 minutes have expired in this first. Long outstretch from Holt goes off the blade of Milkowski. And now settled back down here for the Kalkaska Kings. Try to lead off the rush. The Sharks have 3 back. Lister gets knocked into the corner. That was from Sean Sharipa. And then an outlet's rolling away from the Sharks here. It'll be flipped back down to Brock Taylor. We'll take this one side to side now off the skate blade of Sharipa. Sharks try to make something happen here with McComas. Lister will be canceled off a little bit low. McComas now off the reach. Flip this one to Holt. And have to skate back for it on the Sharks. It's Donaldson. A little bit of a change there for Tyler Groth's squad on the fly as the Sharks have to backpedal in their own zone before they can get going. Outstretched pass. A little bit too far there for the Sharks. Have iced it against themselves inadvertently. Brennan Sherwalk. Sherwalk don't like the call. And the Sharks want to go ahead and make sure it's not in their own end. We'll see what the Zebras deliberate here. I'd say as far as the jersey design, though, for the Kings, you definitely get a high score of at least a 9 out of 10 from me. Again, it can be known sometimes as a harsh grader, but I think those are expertly clean. They're excellent work there for Kalkaska and the staff, alongside with the team as well, from what I'm seeing. That is very good to see. Intercepted now by Redmond. And Michael work his way to the right side. Dot Rister, this again, near the glove of Bailey as it's worked in behind the net. Brennan Sherwalk getting busy back behind the left side red line as the Sharks try to steal. And across the other part of the blue, Kalkaska, good breakout pass. Will not to content to dump this in as players come together near the benches. Everybody trying to take changes again. Here's an outstretch here, a little bit too far for Hill. Use some body contact just to buy himself more space and then chase for the puck. He is holding something down there on the arm, so hopefully Josh is okay, or if not, the Sharks would already be down a forward early in this game, which would not be good news. This is chipped over the glass of Jake Prober. And his pass is rolling end over end here as this will be flipped back down to Nick Brewer. Brewer take this one. Looking for an outstretch. Good read there for the Sharks. Going to get back on side. Prober feeds this one across from Bowman. That one goes wide and off the end boards. And now the Kings quickly try to accelerate the other way. Good battle in through some contact there, but the puck is loose. Donaldson tried to get there first. Gets around a stick blade, and now Shaheen will flip this one down safely in through center. And the Kings content to dump it back in as it goes to the referee's legs. 12:10 left to go in this first. John here with you on this call at Lakeland Arena in the Red Rink. It is the Kings and the Sharks. Bowman now doing some battling alongside Brewer. He got some camera shots right in front of me. This will be settled across from Rapandre. Good stop and start. They'll flip the end of the ice. Theo Goody now have to rim this around the end boards. Players again, big contact near the right side. Hunter Keppel. Somebody drops a stick. It's kept in by the Sharks, but they say it's off. Theo Goody would have had a grand opportunity to shoot there if not for that whistle. And Mama Shark has a stick of somebody there. They're going to give that to the referee. So somebody's got what they need. I'm just going to look and see if we find number 15, Josh Hill, as far as if he comes back into the lineup here for the Sharks. This is toward the right side. Doc Holt will slam this one in. Replayed by Bailey now and sent back in behind the net. 11:25 left to go in this scoreless first. Feels like the big goal will be the first one. It'll be much bigger than that over the last three matchups in between the Kings Shadow and Voyagers. As we get a whistle at 11:16. We'll see if we get a holding penalty. That's what the crowd is given to me. We might be going the other way here, but we will see. We do have a penalty called. It looks like a O-zone draw for the Sharks with their second power play opportunity. And off the drawback, so Hill, after initially grabbing his hand, is out there, but here is a break. Cam Hofstetter. That one goes wide off of the rebound, but a great play there. Enough a short-handed chance. The Sharks survive. It's kept in across the blue line side and then immediately intercepted. So good opportunity there for Ian Morton to make a big save. Hill, this is kept on side now. Keppel driving. This is pushed into the corner. Almost halfway through this scoreless first. Donaldson. Settle it down near the left side, walk in, shoot. Try to get the top of the bar there for Josh Hill. And then rolling back down. Here's a battle. Hunter Keppel doing a little bit of a pirouette. And we'll see if that will be called again. At 1:11 left to go in the second power play for the Sharks. But very physical that this game has been, at least for puck on stick battle. And that is what you want to see right now. Both teams giving as good as they get. So we're going to get 4-on-4 here for another minute 11, and then it's going to be a Kalkaska abbreviated power play. Take the draw here is Fisher, if I believe I got the 67 number correct. And flip back down for Polsha. Here's Papandrea, as this one will get flipped in, and then appropriately sent back down. Here's a race for the puck now, as Shripa Keppel's going to be in the box for interference when he was doing that pirouette. And settle now for Polsha. And across the left wing, cross pass, one-timer, set up from Polsha to Bowman. Good save there for Bailey. O-zone draw upcoming here for the Sharks, as this will be picked up there. Isaac Gibbs was the one that took it. Now he's trying to battle for it near the right side red line. Another 4-on-4 for about 30 seconds, as this is sent back in behind the end boards now. Sharks will play this one off the bank. And I'll start this one from right to left, off the cross, and see if the Sharks can get acclimated there. You got Gibbs near the right side. Papandrea cutting to the net. And now it's Theo Goody. Goody now into the traffic. It's deflected, but it goes behind the net. Now the Kalkaska Kings, as soon as they touch here, an abbreviated power play of about 50 seconds. Here they go. It's now David Thacker. Excellent work as he's on the backhand making a drive to the net. I don't see a hand in the air. He was trying to dipsy-doodle past the whole defense. This goes back down to 35 seconds now on the abbreviated power play. Bailey had some trouble with it for a moment. Sharks just try to kill some time here with Brendan Sherwalk. He'll be settled back down for the Kings as they look to go left to right. Again, technically their first power play, as this will be picked up across the neutral zone. Good work there near the right side dot. High slot chance deflected. That one goes wide. Near the left side boards, flipped up into the air. Sharks able to kill this abbreviated penalty. We are still scoreless here. About 8:30 left to go in this contested first period. I like what I see between both of these teams right now. George Holt brushing it through the neutral, and then he gets whacked hard. He gets a stick chop to one of the Kings players, but we're still underway as this is brushed away. Good stick on puck there from Donaldson. Puts this one away from the ice, and now Taylor will flip ends. Thacker on the right wing. As this is a cut little reverse hit there for George Holt. Gets some body skate contact. Settle down for McComas. Off the drop and leave, it's Milkowski. This one's a knuckle puck that gets sent down off the fist and picked up now for the Kings and off the spin and turn. Settle this back around now for Christopher Martin. Keeping the head up off the outstretched pass is Redmond. Milkowski fights it in. Redmond shoots, fought off again, rebound, scores! It's Redmond! And it's a 1-0 lead for the Sharks. That's how you got to get it done there if you're the Sharks. Fight through it. You got a penalty there with Hunter Keppel. You got a couple power plays, don't score, and you get a even strength one at 7:34. And the assistant coach there, and Michael Redmond, ends up getting the first goal of the game for the Sharks. He is wearing 76 today, is what I saw on the sheet, so that should be what gets relayed. Now from right to left, as this one bounces off the skate of Kieran Carlisle and then flipped in by Cam Hofstetter. You know, for the Kings, they played a tough one the other night when they lost 6-5 to the Voyagers. Tons of time left to go in this game, but they don't want to get back-to-back L's. They want to make statements against the top teams in this league. There was a crunch near the left side boards as everybody reacted. It's loose now. Papandrea picks it up. He goes for a top right corner and hits the glass. I didn't look over to the left in time to see what everybody had up in arms.
Waterford Sharks goal scored by number 76, Michael Redmond. Assisted by number 10, Jack Milkowski, and number 91, Justin McComas.
So Milkowski and McComas pick up assists on Redmond's goal. Ozone draw can't be won by the Sharks as the Kings give up possession here near the right side red line. Sharks will go ahead and send it in. Keppel goes and gives chase. Again, there's a lot of contact away from the left corner. Now there's a press against the boards. Keppel will try to get a retrieval. Sharks do find it. The possession on the right side of net is fired in from the point. How do you do? 2-0 Sharks. Good work there for the Sharks to get that puck again near the right side. Battle for it. Keppel was the one alongside with another Shark that helped pry it loose. And a chance from the point ends up beating Bailey, and it's a 2-0 lead. We're going to have to get the numbers on that when that gets announced by Zach. If not, we'll look it up online. But I got it marked down at 6:32. It's a 2-0 lead now for the Sharks. Looking for an outstretched clear from Bailey. I don't know if it's going to be far enough for icing or if they'll even call it. As now Papandrea has a beautiful outlet pass. Here's Shaheen. So Keppel going to get the primary, and this one will be shoveled. Bailey will hold at 6:02, but Theo Goody lets it go from the point. And again, you have to get full marks there. Glad to see Hunter Keppel back in the lineup. Playing very well in this game so far to have battled out near the right side boards, get possession, fire it on. That's a big goal for the Sharks here early as they lead 2-0. Again, what's on the line after Kalkaska lost that 6-5 game? You have Muskegon win the other night. Sharks won their frozen fish fiasco game against the Alpena 45ers. They can win this game. They'll be back with an even amount of games against the Shadow, but they'll be 3 points up. So even if they did lose that game next week, as long as they win today, they would still be first in the league. So that is something to know, and first in the MIHL South. But it's good to get the wins when you can. What an outlet pass here. Here's some work here for Morton to do. Chance to the right side. I was going to say that, but beautiful defense. The Sharks lost their stick. Now toward the right side is Taylor trying to make an inside-out move. Good back checking there for the Sharks. Thought that was Donaldson back there. I'll have to look back on the tape as far as what happened. I thought Morton was going to have to deal with a one-on-one. It's going to be an ozone draw here for Kalkaska. Jake Steggles going to get set to take it. Got Hofstetter on the off wing. Let's go to him, and that was a design play, no doubt there for Cam Fisher's squad. As McComas flip it in. Mokowski now trying to give chase. Working behind the net of Bailey. Flipped up, glove down by a fist. Sharks now near the right side red line as we're about 5 minutes left to go in this opening frame. Theo Goody and Redmond have the goals. Another blade. This one's knocked out of the hand of Steggles, and the Sharks have position. Sauced out of the air. Mokowski tried to cut it off. And Jake Booza flip this one across the end boards now. Rolling, doesn't hit Bailey. Start again now. Cam Hofstetter, very dangerous. Good flip pass. Look to get appropriated here. Maybe a trip. No, I don't see a hand in the air. This will go back and around for the Kings. I'd like to flip it in there for Nick Brewer. Go ahead and take their changes as the Sharks look for a breakout pass. Not sure how they found it there on a 1-on-4. Look for a backseat at the puck protect a little bit as the Sharks try to get set here in the offensive zone. Not enough time to really buy any as Papandrea gloves this one out of the air nicely, and it would have been offside, so the Sharks got to check back up. See if they notice this near the right side wing to go for a quick play. Kings content to flip ice sent toward the net. Morton, as it's by the left side of the butterfly. It's loose now with the Kings. Take a pass near the right side dot, but too hot to handle. Kieran Carlisle will try to chip it to safety at least, but the Sharks have work to do. McComas at least gains the blue before this is sent back in from 100, and this will force a whistle. They let that go as long as they could, but it'll be a Kings ozone draw. 3:36 left to go in the opening frame. Right side dot, this will be one there for the Kings. It's still battled for now. Donaldson behind the net as players take a tumble. Now to the right side red line. It's loose. Rebound, and that one is stuffed home. I was waiting to see who was going to pick it up. It's the Kings here. They're within a goal, 3:22. So it's a 2-1 game now. We expected as much between these two teams. It's been good so far. Bailey had to get rid of that quickly. He had Bowman in his grill, as this will be flipped back down across the left side red line. Kalkaska. So 67-6-3 as far as the score sheet. Cam Fisher. And alongside for Martin. Settle back down now for the Kings, looking for an outstretch. Got Fokker right up the gut, but that pass goes in between his skates. As Prober now try to race for it, not going to be able to get there first. 2:35 left to go in this first frame. Kings just got one. Fokker looked for a lob, actually hit the ceiling, so that's going to blow play dead nonetheless at 2:33. It'll be a neutral zone draw here for the Sharks. Holt will chase it as it was rolling end over end. Again, we got about 2:25 left to go in this first. It's a 2-1 lead for the Sharks. Redmond and Goody with the goals, and alongside Fisher for the Kings. As we've hit the 3 p.m. Eastern mark, we had Sharipa there trying to look for a breakout as the Sharks will try to get this pass across the red line. Be careful here. Sharks able to intercept. Got to go quickly here as this is slammed in the inboards. They'll be able to switch for Churwalk. Start again now for Bailey. Sharks really trying to press in behind that clear from the net. That'll be something I'm sure the Kings will watch for, maybe try to make changes in the second period, because they could give up a goal on that if they continue to press that much. Good work across the right side end boards. McComas finish off ahead. This will be kept in. Hofstetter look for the pass across. Deflected, and this will hit one of the Sharks as they'll clear this one back down the ice. 90 seconds left to go in this first. John Eder with you alongside the Go Live Sportscast in the Red Rink at Lakeland Arena. We've got a good contest on tap between these two. Steggles. Outlet pass, it gets knocked away there. Sharks still got work to do in the middle of a slot. Turnaround goes wide. Isaac Gibbs now. He's rode into the boards. Sharks now try to help pry it loose in their own end. We'll see who gets it. Still jamming away. On the right side board, Sharks will rifle it around the end. This will be enough to get it out, and we'll see how far it goes down. Icing will be the call. Hand in the air. That clock needs to go back a couple of seconds. We'll see if the Kings will protest. Probably should. So 52.3 is the official time that they've set it on now. Vincent Dean looks like he's the one getting set for the draw, as opposed to Zach Mulkowski. Now to Papandrea. Papandrea now on the puck protect. Looks to break out from his own side of the net. Papandrea, smooth skating. Worked his way to the right side of the net now. And that one goes above. He almost goes end to end for the Sharks. That would have been absolutely spectacular. Will we get another whistle here? I know Frank on the other end when he calls the shadow games. He absolutely loves the long flowing hair of Cody Oakes, but I said Papandrea and Joseph Gibbs can do a lot of the same, even Theo Goody in that same breath. Face-off win from Spencer Bowman, sent to the net, and this is in the trapper from Goody of Bailey. That only took about a half a second off the clock. Sharks probably lead a little bit on the shot board, but I would say this game is very tightly contested. I love those battles in the corner. Good stick chops, knock away. It's not overly physical. Doesn't have to be to get those steals. It's just good positioning. Bowman off the drive to the net. That one can't solve with Bailey's left pad as we go down to 18 seconds. Papandrea just holds it in. Clapper saved at the net. Here's a rebound. The Kings will clean it up as it goes to the right side boards, and off the spinning turn, here's Goody. And that might be enough to cancel off the first period. That's what will happen after 20. The Sharks lead 2-1 against the Kings. It looks like this one, I know it's early for me saying this, but it might go down to the wire. We'll see what happens in the next set of 40, but a good 20 that we had in front of our hands. Come back, we'll call more. Talk to you soon. I see the coaches and Tyler Groth now starting to make their way down in from the stairs up toward the right side of the red rink. John Utter with you on this solo call. It is a 2-1 lead for the Sharks after one period. At 7:34, Michael Redmond scores on the rebound, assisted from Zach Molkowski and Justin McComas. And then I really put this in the notes in the Facebook post. Again, we'll get everything on Instagram and all that becomes final. Hunter Keppel for this second goal, because at 6:32, off a hold from the point near the right side boards, Keppel able to pry the puck loose, get it to Goody near the right side blue line, and a chance, maybe partially deflected, beats Everett Bailey, and the Sharks took a 2-0 lead, but the Kings did rebound. And indeed, that's how they scored their goal. 3:22 left to go in the period. In front of the net, Cam Fisher and then Nick Martin. That secondary assist didn't have a 3 on my score sheet, so I got Fisher and Martin from that. We'll see what needs to be adjusted in the game story. As always, at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com, I usually link in an MIHL hockey ship with everything else. Now, assuming that I get better throughout the week, maybe I got a doctor's appointment across for the possible vertigo spout, but I think it takes about a week. I should be good to go by next Saturday, and I don't think the story will be that short, but we'll see how I feel after this, and hopefully try to get some food and get some energy as well. I've been trying to go to bed early, and with the getting set here for this game and making sure that I could be here and actually be present in the moment. That is something that the Red Wings did not do in their last game against the Colorado Avalanche. They have one more week. I think it is Thursday in the NHL before they go to the Milano-Corsia Olympic break. And then after that, when they come back at the end of February, there is one more week before the NHL trade deadline. So this starts on Monday for Detroit, 9 of 11 on the road. They will be at Ball Arena tomorrow against the Colorado Avalanche. What will Steve Yzerman do? That is the question. I am on record to say now in front of all of you, I think they're going to buy a defenseman, even if it's a light buy. You got to add something to this team. Can't just play for the break. Get a good camera shot there and a turnaround for Thacker and Shaheen on the right wing side as Dean tried to power through right up the gut. Now he's going to get a chance to chase the puck and then fire it on. That's in an auspicious way to begin the second frame, but it's a good look there for the Kings. This will be dragged in across the blue line, so the Kings will have to start again. A little patient on their offensive run this time. Dean with a nice set of speed, and that is in the trapper of Morton, but I really like that play there for the Kings and Vincent Dean. That's an excellent first set of about 21 seconds for him. That's going to force an ozone draw. Again, it's a 2-1 lead for the Sharks here. We just played the first set of 20. Now we're in the middle of the second. My name is John Ott, alongside the Goal Off Sportscast. So glad to be here with you on this matinee day game. We got a couple Saturdays after that, 8:30 and 5:30, the next two Saturdays between the Shadow and Voyagers. Unless game times have changed, I don't think they have. I was planning on maybe joining that last game for the Sharks on the road at Big Boy against the Shadow, but they moved it away from the 22nd, so I don't think I have to work on my birthday this year, as this will be settled back down. Here for Theo Goody. Hit down from Donaldson. This will be played by Bailey and put in behind the end boards. Kings wanted to go for the rattle around. I think they're going to have to set for a D-zone draw now, so that's a break for Waterford here. Full cell changes for Groth and Fisher's squad. Again, since he's playing, should I really be saying that? But again, he's still the head coach. As this is forehand win, run straight back here for the Kings. It is contested. Sharks try to battle at the line. Redmond going to steal. Bumps into his own man and then reverse hit, knocks down one of the Kings. Sharks still with possession here as I try to pay attention to everything that's going on around me. Hunter Keppel with the bulldozer. This is a block slap shot. Polsha tried to nurse that one toward goal, and Bailey made the save. Now, if that initial slap shot from Polsha doesn't get blocked, that might be a 3-1 lead for the Sharks already. That one had to hurt. You don't get much protection around those skates. Proctor and Carlisle are going to take it here for Waterford. Another win for Kalkaska, and use the inboards and look to break out from right to left in this second frame. Again, they are in the green part of the tops with the white jerseys. The Sharks are in the black with the orange and white striping. Keppel, and behind the net looking for a no-look feed. Polosha with his head up near the right side boards. Drop back for Keppel. He's got to play for that board pin now. This is wrapped in behind the end boards. Now long outlet flip will be gloved down by Donaldson beautifully. One of the Kings tried to work to force a steal. Sharks work their way onside. Donaldson gets it across. Pass too far for Redmond. He opened the scoring. Cut out in front. Donaldson wanted it, but it went toward another one of the Sharks. And alongside for Alex Sharp. First time I've been able to call his name. Sharks in their own end now with Redmond. He is still trying to fight off his man and near the right side board. Somehow the Sharks emerge with that, but it's too far in front of Cherwalk. Try to turn on the burners. Good reverse hit there for the cage man, the OU product, and Sharp. As this is sent back around again for Brennan Cherwalk. Cherwalk turns it over and behind the net of Morton, but then right there. And now for the breakout. Braces for the pin. Little backskate cuts it off for Josh Hill. Have to play this off the glass with his eyes up. Good look there for me. As Cam Hofstetter flip back down. And the Sharks will look to start it again. For Chris Martin as it's chipped off the glass. Here's a racing for it. Hill emerges. He throws an outside chance, bounces off of Bailey. And now the Kings have numbers if they can get this going quick enough. We get a big collision in behind the play. And what is going to come of this? Gloves are off. My apologies, everybody. Definitely missed that. I was following the puck as the play was going on. Hill is down there picking up some lumber. We're going to take both or just one? That's my fault for fouling the play on the right-hand side. I'm looking at the puck side. Is Bailey okay down there is my question because I see him holding his hand. And we got to look at the Kings netminder here. He looks like he has some sort of injury here. Who would be the backup is my question because I didn't see Claybor, McVale, or Freeman on my sheet. Cam Fisher's down there alongside with his netminder. And we'll see if anyone else comes over. Got Sean Sharipa now. My attention is to make sure that Everett Bailey's okay as far as part of the broadcasting. I'm trying to shake out whatever on his hand. I hope he did not get a skate blade or anything cut in between it, let alone, because that is always very dangerous. You don't got a lot of protection on that side of the blocker. We got to be getting a penalty call or something, would we not? At least away from the play. Papandrea having some words and alongside with the Zebra. And the Sharks have to play some defense. Thacker, nice move on the left wing side. There's a puck protect on the backhand. Cross-checking penalty is the call. As he settled down. And now one of the referees takes a tumble here. Doing some ballet practice. So cross-checking and roughing were the calls. As this is settled up the ice. Brewer, cross pass. Papandrea now off the hard end around, but it's not out. Now to the right side, Sharks do steal and flip this one down. Excellent penalty killing work. Shaheen, beautiful pass there. As this is pushed ahead, Thacker off the drop. See what the Kings can do. That was too good of a pass there to get inappropriately turned over, but the Kings do get possession. Thacker spins, still with it now. Lets it go across the right wing, and a good save across the trapper there for Ian Morton. Right at 50 seconds of the penalty. 15:48 left to go in the middle frame. John Hunter with you in the red rink at Lakeland Arena. It is the Sharks and Kings, the best in the North versus the best in the South. The South is the home team today, and will be for the next couple of weeks. As this goes to the left side point, Mark Thompson helps settle it up big, exaggerated clapper. Bounces up in the air, holding that circle button the whole way, I guess. As the Sharks try to break the other way, short-handed. Bowman looking off the off wing, but the puck never got there. It was contested near the right side from Sherwalk, but at least they're able to kill some time and then settle this down across the blue line. So 20 seconds left to go. Way out of the goal crease was the netminder. Sharks didn't see it though. They had to get back on site anyway. There was Goody could have fired it on as it goes back down to 10. Long outstretched pass will be blown down against the Kings. They iced themselves on their own power play. Don't want to do that. So the Sharks should be able to kill this one off and then get some reinforcements here. No team has scored yet on the power play. Kalkaska will be 0 for 2, the same with Waterford at this point in this 2-1 game. Milkowski going to take the O-zone draw. Got Gibbs with him on the right-hand side as this will be dropped for McComas. Back to Milkowski, brace with the board pin. It was loose in front. The Kings clean it up as this bounces off a skate. Good to go the other way from Martin toward the right wing side again. Another trapper save for Ian Morton. He's been busy so far in this second as the Kings are looking to press the play the other way. Again, just a reminder to folks, if you're tuning in for the first time, and between the next 3 weeks of the Kings, the Shadow, and the Voyagers, every time you look at the scoreboard and you see a goal, it's going to mean much more. We're not going to be seeing these 10-goal outbursts against teams like these. This is getting closer toward the end. We're starting February, getting closer to playoff hockey with some of these teams. Rister here fought off. Now Bailey with the rebound. I was kind of wondering how he's feeling after that. It was the first good chance there for the Sharks, but they couldn't find the secondary opportunity. Chipped the head off the glass. Glove down for McComas. And push back down. Redmond will get there first. Again, he opened the scoring with Theo Goody before Fisher made it a 2-1 game in the first. That's still where we are in the second. McComas, and off his blade, he'll turn back around and fire it into an open corner. Gibbs trying to get a retrieval as this bounces in front. It gets sticked away from Steggles. Steggles, I think, hit one of the Sharks in the head with his stick, and we will get a penalty for that. That's what I thought I saw at least. So the net is empty. Sharks have the extra attacker on. We'll start again as they open a pass to the right side. Final one. Is that going to be another one here? I don't know if the ref said yes or no. The hand was already in the air. If that is, the Sharks or the Kings would be down 2 men. Have to be mindful of that. We'll see how many they call. They already got the 1 power play. They could get 2 there. It seemed like that could have easily been called a tripping. At least going to get 1 here for the Sharks. I'm sure they'll protest for dose. Both teams 0 for 2 on the power play, but the Sharks are going to get their next opportunity here in the second with 13:35. So just the 1 power play right now. It's listed on the sheet, but I only see 3 Kings. So we got the 2 there. So it is a 5-on-3 here for the Sharks, like I thought it would be. As they've got that listed at the same time, they will both expire at 1:45. Unless the Sharks end up scoring here, they will carry over at least 1 more. Picked up on the backhand, a hook and a trip is the call. Goody open to shoot, but the Sharks want to find the best opportunity with the 5-on-3 advantage. They must score here, even with the lead. And out of the left side, pull shot. Goody, Clapper, this one really hurt out in front. Offsetter jump in there. He's going to be fine, but again, you don't get a lot of protection there toward the left side of the instep of the skate. An important 1:19 left on the power play clock for the Kings. They must kill this. Josh Hill going to get set to take the draw for Waterford. He wins it straight back, and Redmond's got it high slot. He'll give this pass across. Sharks got 1 body traffic in front. Kieran Carlisle cross feed, that one wide. Donaldson plays it across the bumper. He has it now in the high slot. Donaldson surveys, sends it across. This one hits the glass. Can the Sharks hold it in? Yes, they do. Redmond puts it down into the right side boards and now out. Sharks got to get going again. Redmond finds the entry. He gets knocked away, some body contact. And slowly to the puck is Kieran Carlisle. Got to be careful there. Blows a tire. Gets this pass across. Now for Hunter Keppel. Keppel on the right side red line, driving them behind the net. 25 seconds left to go. Carlisle settles it down. If he could have shot it right away, he might have scored. But he had to get that one off his skate. Keppel in behind the net. Now to the left side, diving attempt for the Sharks. And toward for Bailey. And it is 16 seconds left to go here on the two-man advantage here for the Sharks. Now, the longer that they hold this puck in, when you think about the next 12 seconds, also might have to look in who's behind you, because you could possibly get a 2-on-0 the other way. I wouldn't want to call that into fruition if you're a Sharks fan, but still. Now it's Goody. Pass up in the high slot for Papandrea. Papandrea wants it, walks into a 1-T. It's loose out in front. Bodies in traffic in front of the net. Goalie spinning all the way across with Bailey. It's Goody. Now Kalkaska is at full strength. The Sharks don't score. They made it busy in behind the net. As this is settled back down. Bowman able to cancel it off. Short side chance. Saved by Bailey again. He's now got his terrific form after that partial injury. Kept in now by the Sharks. Palusha wants to make sure not to step in front as this goes to the left side red line. Sharks trying to keep possession in tight spaces. Now back up, finding the high slot. Good move for Papandrea. He will flip it, but it goes out. Sharks got to check back up. Now to the right side boards, make a change on the fly. Bowman, as this is knocked away from his blade. It is stolen by the Sharks. Backhanded play at the net. Scores! Perseverance personified. The Sharks have a 2-goal lead again. So backhand drive for the Sharks at 10:40 of the period gives them a 3-1 lead. Again, they still got a whole other period of regulation to play here, but they want to go up 3 points in the standings heading in that meeting next week against the Shadow. Turnaround chance looking for the deflection. That one goes just wide. Sharks don't score on the 5-on-3 man advantage, but they score shortly after it.
Bowman, assisted by number 13, Brendan Sherlock. Time of the goal, 9:20 of the second period.
Bowman and Sherlock. So the captaincy for the Sharks gives his team a 2-goal lead and the only goal of the second period so far as we're halfway through regulation. Right across that Waterford airport, we get that sound there as this puck goes toward the net. This is canceled off near the left side post by Bailey. Captain at the point by Holt. Good stick there for the Sharks. Battle for it to stop any potential break. Christopher Martin, good work to you, sir, because that could have went the other way for the Kalkaska Kings, and it forced them to take a penalty against the Sharks here. So Sharks will get another man advantage. They're already 0 for 4. The Kings 0 for 2. But this is the 5th power play opportunity. That one had to be taken. And that was just a great play by him to stop a potential break. I don't blame Kalkaska for going for it because they could have been unabated against Morton. Here we go now for the Sharks. Hit the netting. And we'll get a stoppage at 9:33.
Kalkaska penalty, number 19. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 10:20 of the second period.
Hill. And off the forehand back, as this will be flipped down now for the Kings. 9:20 left to go in this second frame. Spencer Bowman has given the Sharks a 2-goal lead. That has been the biggest lead of the game so far. It was 2-0 Sharks at one point, but this has been a very contested, close game, as this will be settled back down now. There's a back pass here for Redmond. Kieran Carlisle slowly found his way into the zone near the left side. Little off-stretch pass. Hunter Keppel unabated. He looked for a sauce pass in front that got blocked. Started now for Carlisle. Helped flip the ice. Settled down for Donaldson. Donaldson with a back pass near the left side dot. This will go back to him. Donaldson patient as he flips ends here for Redmond. Looking for a cutting feed across the middle. And Kalkaska content to at least gain that blue and dump it out. Eluding a hit there. Josh Hill gets this pass out. Here's the lead off the drop. And a check in from behind takes one of the Sharks out. Hill finishes his, but it's a one-on-one. Dean, nice little drag, buys himself some time and throws it in the corner smartly. Probably could have taken a shot there. He was putting on some moves, but I really like the way he's played in this second period for the Kings. Rolling puck. Looking for a dive there was Hofstadter, a little cheeky, as he got Sharipa with him on that same penalty kill line. Sharks on the right side bumper. Polosha. Oh, he gets worked over on a big cross check. We'll see if that gets answered for lately. Picked up now for Goody off the touch, and this one goes in between the legs of Chirwak. Polosha was already back up from that hit. It's Chirwak near the right side wing. Chirwak turns and shoots, hits glass. This one stays in the O zone for Waterford. Looking for a tip play in behind the net. Sharks emerge. It is McComas on his backhand. His pass gets blocked, and it's taken out of the zone, and the Sharks will have to check back up. We got 7:20 left to go in the middle frame. Outlet pass. Here is Hofstadter, be able to set that one up. It's fought off and sticked aside by Morton. Rolling puck. This is kept in. Taylor shoots to the deflection. It was saved by Morton. And again, Taylor got it one more time into the trapper there, and Morton will hold at 6:59.
Make sure to get yours. Super Bowl squares at Big Shop. $3 square.
I think we have a little bit of a residual drip up here from the heating side that we got to keep away from the camera equipment, otherwise I'll get myself a little static shock treatment here at 6:59 of the second. As it's picked up here off the blade of Shaheen. In behind the end boards now. Sharks try to press. Kalkaska was looking to break out Thacker. Had a good idea, but the puck never got there. Rimmer on the end board. He's going to pick it up now in the full cage and all. David's pass be set up here for Dean. Up the gut, 88 from 8. Flip ice. Sharks are there to clean it up in the middle of a slot. Rebound. Fired high. I was looking for the top left corner. Now bunched in where Shaheen will look to chase. Picked up now near the left side wing. Kings send this to the net, bounces off the stick of Morton and behind his twine. We get a whistle here. Kings want to delay a game. And the Sharks are saying it was last touched off a blade. We'll see what we get. Might be a delay a game here against the Sharks. 6:11. I'm just trying to watch the ref motion. Indeed it is. So another power play opportunity here for the Kalkaska Kings from the delay a game from Waterford. Good game on our hands, but you guys have known that if you've been following along. Joining her with you from the Red Rink at Lakeland Arena in Waterford, Michigan. Kalkaska made the trip over. The Sharks didn't make the trip over from Clark Park, and so did Alpena. They got their big win yesterday, trying to get a couple of wins here off the weekend back-to-back. They would pull even in the same amount of games with the Shadows, so if they pick up an extra win, they'll be 3 points up in the standings. That is what is on hand. Bowman, who's got the latest goal, sits in the box for a delay a game for the Sharks. Redmond trying to keep chase near the right side boards. Here's a good outlet. Thacker fires, scores! Great setup there from Sean Sharipa, and it's a 3-2 game. So I got an 88 and 63 on my score sheet, unless I got that one wrong. I know Thacker's got the goal. That's a power play one, and it gives the Kings back within a goal here. Everything has been so tightly contested, and it's the small things that end up mattering. Again, so 67, that would be Cam Fisher. That would be the second one there, as this will go the other way and be saved. So Cam Fisher's got a goal and an assist. I would give that one to Shripa. So we got Thacker from Fisher. That's his second point of the game for Cam Fisher, goal and an assist for him. 5:15 left to go in the second. Kings have just drawn within one. Keppel slowly puts us to the net. This goes off the left pad of Bailey, and then flipped back down by Morton, who's forced to hold. That was 170 feet down the other way. Again, as we say, there's so much time left in this contest, and every goal means so much. Again, I talked about that a little bit earlier for Keppel in the first period to win a puck battle, and now a delay game after Bowman had just scored one. So again, it's back to a one-goal game. But everything is going to be magnified for two teams that are as good as this. And you never know. This could be an MHL final preview here for the Bill Long Memorial Cup. If they're still going to go north and south, as I imagine that they would the first time as we got divisions. Papandrea, he will take a wrister that will be held by Bailey, who closed the 5-hole. We're inside the final 5 of the second frame. Sharks, and off the spin, we'll see who gets possession. The face-off man for the Sharks was knocked down, and it'll go the other way now. Just a pull ball pass to get banked around the inboard. Papandrea couldn't play it. He wasn't in position. He'll get the steal. He'll now just try to throw this. It's too far for Sharp, but Bailey will have to come out and have to hold here at 4:27. Will be an O-zone draw near the right dot. And Hill will take it. Cam Hofstetter will be the opposition. This will be dropped in between the legs of Hofstetter. Hill won it, and then he took a tumble, try to keep it alive. Sharks still have it. This one hits the glass off the turnaround. Chance for Cherwalk. Kept in. Goody fires it. And Bailey spinning. I think he's got it underneath him. I know it's not in, that for sure, but he has had to do some magic acts in behind the net as the kids that are already out, I think, from the Blue Rink side are starting to fill to watch this game in between the Sharks and Kings. So we're getting a little more crowd on hand than we usually do, but this is a big game, and that is definitely not a sight for sore eyes. Left side, Milkowski. He'll win this one straight back. It's tipped. Bailey had trouble with it as it's worked between the right side of the twine. Another turnaround, this one in the trapper, no problem there, as that was let go from Chris Martin. Again, his play in this period drew a tripping against the Kings from the right side that probably negated a break. I don't blame the Kings for even going for it. Milkowski again on the right dot. You got McComas, George Holt out there. Kings need to get a personnel change. They'll add back in. as Brock Taylor comes back speeding on the ice. And then again, usually it's like a fly ball in the outfield. Whoever comes in from the chain is the one that touches it first. Vince Dean got some help with him. Dean shoots, he rips it. We are tied. Vincent Dean. It is 3-3. What a shot that was. That's a wicked wrister there from Vincent Dean. Again, he said his name a few times. We mentioned he's had a great game. That one was a nasty shot. No chance for Thornton. And now this goes the other way as this will be saved by Bailey. The clock is winding down. They've got to fix that on the other end. So I will imagine we will get a stoppage here to address that. Now near the right side dot. As this is settled back down, but again, it is a 3-3 game. That time is not right. This will be held by Morton. Now the Kings are really finding their way to get some chances. They're bleeding the clock here, so they're really going to have to fix that. Again, I'll stop mentioning it when I need to there, but I'd probably say at least 15 more seconds on the clock if we want to keep everything fair, but the game is tied. So Bowman, the only goal for the Sharks here in this period. But again, it was answered and alongside for the Kings a couple of times. As this will be flipped back down, the ref has to duck. It was Thacker and Dean with the goals in this period for the Kings. Try to keep them near the left side point, but cannot. Here's another rush. Dean, who had just scored. Here's a play toward the right side of the boards, and we'll see if we get anything at 3:02 after the stoppage. Kings don't want to go empty-handed off their back-to-back in between the Voyagers and the Sharks. They want to make a statement here to run their way through the best of the MIHL South, and they certainly could here, at least if they knock off the top team. They played close enough to the Voyagers here where you think that they can give as good as they take as well. And the way the Voyagers have played so far, winning the first 3 of their 5-game homestand, you got to think they have life. As it's loose up in front again, and now pushed to the right side corner. Good period here for Kalkaska as they've tied it up. Looking for an outstretch, and this will be knocked back down by Brock Taylor. Taylor, as this is flipped up, glove down by Holt. George Holt will again send this one down from Cherwalk. It'll be a chase here for Alex Sharp. He's not going to be able to get to it as Steggles will make this outstretched pass here for Sean Sharipa. Good lead. Chance right up the gut of the backhand. What a move to the toe drag. Still buying some space here. And good outlet. Here's Hill on a one-on-one. He tries to toe drag. He gets stick lifted. And the Kings will get possession. Finish of a hit there for Sharp. But the Sharks have work to do. Across the right wing. Contact knocks down one of the Waterford players. That is Bowman, who had his hands up in there. Say, hey, what's going on? He was taken out near the right side dot by the time he finished sliding on the ice. Sharks have already had so many power play opportunities. I'm not one to say they couldn't have more, but I think it's really going to have to be egregious if they're going to get another one. They just haven't been able to finish. Chance in behind the net now. He kept it on the left side point. Almost 90 seconds left to go in the period. Chance gets funneled up into the netting there from Nick Brewer. And we'll stay right where we are in the O zone. Bowman, it's a big O-zone draw. He can't win it there, though. Kalkaska, possession belongs to them. I think they're winning the shot board battle now all the way across this game. They played very well in this second period. Sharks have been able to keep the game in front of them but they're going to need a good final set of 20, or we might need more. On the backhand. This will be set it out front. Pad save. That was a wonderful one there for Morton. He had to go full sprawl there. 1:16 left to go in the second, but he's made it. He might be hurting there after that full stretch. I wouldn't blame him. It's the biggest save of the game right now at this point to keep the game level. As he gets some of the snow away from the crease. Dean, who's had a fantastic period. Kalkaska this time can't win the O-zone draw. It's been the first time I've said that in a while. As this one flipped by Redmond, too far for Kieran Carlisle. Quickly pushed the other way. Thacker has this knocked away from a stick blade. Redmond, cross ice, good steal. Dean now leading the rush. Kalkaska's got numbers. Dean sends it up and out of play off the netting. Right at 51 seconds thereabouts. Traffic getting very busy in behind the red rink, so if it picks up any extracurricular noise, my apologies. I'm going to do the best I can here to try not to shout. So Dean, Sharipa, Thacker out of the right wings for the Kings. As this is flipped off the glass, here's a rush for it. Barely going to come out and play it. No problem for that, as this will be flipped back up into the netting. Let's get a neutral zone draw at 38.4. Looks like Waterford's time and space so far toward the end of this second period, in the last 10 minutes, maybe a little bit less to the 8 minutes or whatnot, has been canceled off by the Kings. It's been a good defensive stand for them. It's been their best portion of the game so far. Here's a pass from Gibbs to Redmond. And Theo Goody across the right side looking for Alex Sharp. It's kept in off the stick of Cherwalk. And again flipped up and on a play at 21.7. So now we've officially reached the point. It was 2-1 after 1. Looks like it could be 3-3 after 2. 3 goals scored in both periods. And this next one is going to be the biggest. And we'll see if that happens in the third period, or if not, for one more rush for Dean. He's played a lot here in this second period. And off the back skate and off the lead, down to 10 seconds. Chance in the high slot. This one hits the glass. Play in behind the net, goes off the outside of the mesh, down to 3. Sharks try to rim it around, and that ends the second period. We're tied after 40. Dean scores one of the latest ones alongside for Thacker, and Bowman has the only answer in the second for the Sharks. After 40, this game's tied at 3. Again, it has been as good as they get. It was a 2-1 lead for the Sharks after 1, 3-3 after 40. And as I've said, this next goal could end up being the game winner, or going a long way to determine who takes a full 2 points. See you in a bit.